To when you were a small child. You and some friends may take a walk, go down through the woods, come upon a stream or a pond. What would excite you about that moment? Think back. I remember anytime I'd see something move in the water, such as a small fish, we'd get really excited. Today I'm going to talk to you about freshwater tropical fish. I'm going to talk about a few species, their characteristics. Then I'm going to go into the proper care of those fish. And I'm also going to look at a few of the fish that don't require the same proper care. Okay? So let's go into some of the species of fish and look at those. Okay, you're going to have your bottom feeders. They have a flat bottom. The bottom of the fish is flat and their mouth points downward. So you're looking at some of the catfish like the plecostomus and the clown loach where the mouth is actually facing downward. They get their food off the bottom of the tank and off plants and rocks. Get algae off there as well. Some of the mid-level swimmers, their mouth is actually on the front of the fish. Okay, so you're going to see that in a tiger barb, maybe an angelfish if you've ever seen one of those. Those fish feed down through the center of the water and not at the surface or the bottom, and the mouth's on the front, so they just grab the food as it comes floating down through the water. You're also going to have your surface feeders. Those are going to be the fish that have a very flat back and their mouth is pointed upward, so the mouth is facing the top. You're going to see that in a zebra danio, the little speedy little fish, as well as a silver hatchet fish. Okay, those are going to feed off the top of the water because their mouth is facing upward and it can scoop the food off the top of the water. Now that I've looked at a few species of fish, let's look at their care. Okay, you're going to need a tank, preferably 10-gallon or bigger to begin with. You're going to fill that with water. Now you want to put dechlor in that water, get the chlorine out of the water before you would add any fish. Okay, you're going to need to keep the water between 68 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And you do that by purchasing a heater, and you can regulate the temperature of the water. Okay, you're going to need an air pump and an aquarium filter. That's going to be necessary to keep the water clean and aerated for the fish. Okay, the area, you probably want to put gravel on the bottom of the tank, and then you'll need plants and structures of some type because fish like hiding places, and that also allows algae to grow on them. Okay, a lid for sure on the tank. Okay, because some of the fish can jump right out of there if you don't have a lid, and then you'll want to put an artificial light. Okay, there's a couple of freshwater fish that don't need that exact same care. For instance, a goldfish doesn't need the 68 to 80 degree Fahrenheit temperature. Now they can't live in extreme temperatures, but as you probably had a goldfish when you were younger in a bowl, you don't necessarily need the heater to keep the water right between those Fahrenheit temperatures, and the water doesn't have to be aerated or cleaned as long as you changed it every few days. Guppies can also live in a little more extreme temperatures, and betta fish can't. Okay, now that we've looked at those fish, those are different. Think back to when you were younger, and then think to where you are today. What if it's a cold winter day? You're sitting in your house. You're a little bored watching TV when you could actually have a fish tank. You could sit and watch your little freshwater tropical fish swim around. And heck, you could even name them.